If you're paying for clicks that don't buy, then this video is for you. Most ACoS problems, they're not coming from bad bids. They come from ads showing up where they should not be. And once you understand how much spin really comes from the wrong searches, you're gonna understand why ACoS creeps up. I typically see ACoS creeping up for a few reasons. I see it when an ad is triggered by irrelevant or low intent searches. I see it when broad and phrase match keywords hide waste inside decent looking performance. And I see it when there's high spend without conversions that compound silently over time. I see it when sellers often scale spend before they fix their relevance. And then I also see it when sellers don't understand the segmentation of keywords and how to properly allocate spend from top, middle, bottom of funnel. And they feel like they have ACoS problems, but in reality, they have problems with putting spend where it needs to be. And now, if this already sounds familiar, this is exactly what we do to help brands scale from 100 to 300,000 a month to $1 million months. We audit the search terms, we help add negations, we go through the wasted spend before scaling anything. And if you need help with doing this properly, you can book a call with the link in the description. So let's look at negative targeting. What does negative targeting actually do? Well, negative targeting blocks Amazon from showing ads on searches that don't convert. That means fewer clicks with higher intent to improve your conversion efficiency. That means profitable keywords are going to receive more budget naturally after you remove the wasted keywords. And as a consequence, your ACoS will drop without touching bids or restructuring your campaigns. This is what we call spin control. And now you're probably wondering, Hunter, where do we find the waste? Well, the waste typically resides in search term reports that reveal which queries are draining your spend without sales. And it's going to show us a number of irrelevant terms, which usually cause most of the waste. Now, remember, if you are spending money on non-converting phrases or you're targeting poor intent keywords, the odds of you being able to scale these is very minimal, and it's going to show inside of this report. And leaving those terms active forces you to overcorrect with bids. So in order to counteract this, we need to apply negatives. Now here's how we actually apply our negatives. Non-converting search terms are negated at the correct match level. Broad campaigns are clean before we start scaling anything else. The winners are protected, so that way we don't dilute the budget. This creates cleaner data and clearer decision making. Take a look at this supplement brand we scaled. They were stuck at 84K. They had rising ACoS. They had been with multiple teams and could not figure it out. The previous teams kept adjusting bids instead of blocking the wasted spend. And after we came into the account and applied negatives properly, their spend efficiency significantly improved. And when you look at that in conjunction with how expensive terms are in the supplement industry, in 4 months, we were able to take their brand from 84K past 160K a month with significantly higher margins. Most sellers are doing this too late. The sellers are chasing low ACoS instead of relevance. A lot of budget agencies are going to avoid cutting spend, especially the ones that are paid on a percentage of spend. A lot of founders mistake activity for progress. At the end of the day, revenue is just a vanity metric. And if you're just scaling sales and you're not in a place that you can actually be able to make money or sell your business, what's the point? What I've seen time and time again is cheap execution compounds, and it compounds in the wrong direction. How does this fit into the bigger scaling system? Well, lower ACoS really is a result of relevance, and negative targeting is one of the foundational pieces. It's not even advanced. You need to negate in order to keep your relevance high, in order to get the highest margins for your spend. Clean traffic is the foundation for scale. And maybe at 100K, 200K a month, it doesn't matter as much. It still matters, but maybe not as much. But once you start trying to play in the big leagues, $1 million, $2, $3 million a month, 1% to 2% efficiency is massive in terms of your margin and your bottom line. You need to have a strong system in place in order to protect your profit, especially as your volume increases. Now, you can keep paying Amazon to test random traffic, or you can only let your best keywords show. Now, targeting is not rocket science. It just comes down to consistency. And if you're a brand right now doing over $50,000 a month and you're looking for a second set of eyes that can help give you perspective on the exact systems and steps that you need to take in order to go to the next level, inside the description, I have 2 things for you. 1, I have our Amazon playbook. Literally, you can download the exact systems that we use in order to implement into brands in order to take them to the next level. You can study, you can plug it into ChatGPT, you can learn a little bit more about how to properly scale on Amazon. And 2, you can book a call with our team. And on a 20-minute call, my team is gonna get a deep understanding of your metrics, your product, your intellectual property, your moats, how your team is structured, your history, what your problems in scaling are. And they're gonna bring it to me. And I'm gonna take a look. And I'm gonna tell them, I believe we can scale you, and I believe that we can't scale you. If I think that we can scale you, we'll book another call. I'm gonna get on that call, I'm gonna show you the exact steps, play by play, that we would use in order to take your brand from where you're at and get you to the next level. So you can find that in that same link as Amazon Playbook, and you can book it in the description below. Now, if you want to see how we apply this process technically across real brands, you can watch the video on the screen where I'm going to break down our exact ad optimization process.